Thanks for taking the time to join me on my channel, Nigel View on Things. How you doing? How you keeping? Hope everybody's safe and sound where you are. 28th of February 2019, 9 minutes past 4. The sun's not even thinking about rising, and we get this in our sky. I stopped. I needed to take a picture. We're looking west 300 degrees. At the time of taking the picture, I didn't notice this object here. Look, very, very red. Very green, bit bluey over here. Yeah, RGB. What is causing this? I suppose there's a road down here, and what's happened? There's a big traffic jam. They're not moving, and we're looking at brake lights in the sky. That's the reason. 17 minutes later, 4:26, still on 28th of February, we're looking 330 degrees west. I know this because after I took the picture, as with the other one, I took a compass out and actually measured exactly where the moon was rising, 330 degrees west. The camera sort of like brightens it up like it did in the last picture. It was quite red, and this is extremely red. Now, if we had something red coming towards us, and we've seen this many different times, I've shown you the red spinning planet, the lens flare that spins. Lens flares don't spin. Projected image. What else would go red? And we can see exactly that thing just here. The moon is starting to rise. It's not a full moon. This is the most important thing. If it was a full moon, I could understand having a blood red moon. We get 2 blood red moons a year, and we know the science behind that. You could see that in the diagram just there. But it's a quarter moon. That's impossible. Many people say, well, that could be the atmosphere causing this. Okay, I'll give you that. That might be an option. So when this changes colour, it should change colour from top to bottom extremely, extremely slowly as it goes past that point. Question for you. How many pictures are there on the internet with half a white moon and half a red moon? That must tell you something. There's something, like I said, red coming towards us. Every morning, every night, the sun rises, the sun sets, moon rises, moon sets. It's very, very red. Even late at night, look up in the sky, it's a very, very dark red. And we've just seen a picture of that. There's technology in our skies, and I'm going to prove to you that it's in front of our moon and it's there for a purpose, so that, well, let me show you. And let's have a look at another clip, and we're going to be looking at a clip from one of the security cameras at work. Yeah, I know it should have been working and not playing, but hey, it's got to be done. 20th of February 2019, Wednesday, 9 minutes past 8. We can see our moon, or what appears to be our moon. It's white. That's just a facade. Behind that mask, it's red. Look round the outside, it's red. Look at the chemtrails. Look on the left and to the right hand side, it's red. The trouble is, when you've got something red coming towards you, you've got a white moon, it just dyes it. And they've got technology in place so that doesn't happen. The moon is still there, 240,000 miles away. There is no ifs or buts about that. But what is much closer is the technology we're looking at. And don't forget, if people looked up and saw a red moon all the time, can you imagine the questions that would be asked? What we actually do see is our moon, but the technology they're using to hide it, well, it changes it into a different colour. And you can see just here, the camera is oversaturating the picture, and the clouds or the chemtrails bring it down so we get to see a little bit of definition of our moon. But that actually is red. Look down here how red it is. Of course, that's not possible, is it? Let's very, very quickly talk about lens flares, because it's very, very important. What have I always said about lens flares? If you've been following me for any given amount of time, you know that a lens flare is a representation of a light source. And we can see one just here, and we got another one here. This one I find impossible. Normally when you get a lens flare, they travel in a line. You might get a number, but there is a reason behind that. But you should never get one next to each other, just like this. That's an impossibility. That just proves there's technology there. There is two lenses. This one happens to be a reddy colour, and this one happens to be red, yellow and green. Yeah, that's a normal thing to see in the sky. And look around here how red it is. Very, very red. Now, if we actually focus in on these objects, what do we get to see? Focus in on the lens flares. We get to see the representation of the light source. Here's our moon, and here's our moon. Which one is the real moon? We shouldn't get two lens flares. That lens flare should be there, and it should be in a dead straight line, not side by side. That's impossible. Like I said, technology in our skies. That is the colour of our moon right at this particular moment in time, and that is the colour that's being projected. Just down here you could see there's a green lens flare as well. And even on the outside of this one, it happens to be quite red. I do believe they're using many different technologies to hide what is there in front of us that they don't want us to see. Green lens flare, just there. And look how red it is down here. Look, really, we're getting 3 lens flares. I find that quite an impossibility. Very, very red around the outside. Look how red it is. Our moon's red, but you still don't believe what I'm telling you. Let's very quickly talk about the technologies that they've got in place to hide the moon turning red and also the incoming planets. This actually works for both. We're looking at weathercamnetwork.au. I'll leave the links to this in the description box down below. But out of 60 cameras, only 4 now work. The rest are under maintenance. That's got to make you think. Sunday, 13th of November 2016, I'm using this clip. I've got many different clips, many different pictures of this exact thing. Things that shouldn't be there in the sky. Lens systems. Hey, we know there's a lens system because we can see it here. We get 2 lines, one inside, one outside, and we normally get to see this rainbow effect just here. Now, if you point a CD at an LED light, this is the sort of effect you get as the light streaks past. I'm beginning to wonder why we're getting so many very, very bright moons and a lot of supermoons. I do believe that the sun simulator has a lot to play with this, because if they turn it up, our moon would get bright. What we've got to understand, space is a very, very big place, and these objects are coming towards us, and they have been for quite some time. Very, very slowly at first, and it seems to be getting quicker and quicker. If you can imagine our solar system, but a smaller version, coming towards us, central sun and the objects rotating around the outside, all different colours, and we know there's a red one, blue one and a green one. And we're looking at the time, which is 12:48, so the middle of the night basically, and we can see we've got a green haze in the background here. Green planet in our sky, but it rotates past, and that's why the green disappears and then gets replaced with another colour, maybe like a blue. But now the prominent colour in our sky happens to be red. Let's very quickly talk about distance in space and put it into some sort of perspective so we can understand. If we were standing on Mercury, apart from it being extremely hot, if that big yellow ball we call our sun decided to turn off like a light, it would take 3.2 minutes for us to realise. Standing on the Earth, that event would take approximately 8.3 minutes. On Neptune, 4.1 hours. Pluto, 5.5 hours. On the grand scheme of things, not very long at all. So there's many people asking me about dates. When do you think this is going to occur? I haven't got a clue. All I can tell you is each day seems to get crazier than the last. Things are starting to build up, starting to ramp up. But I don't think we have seen absolutely anything yet. The craziness is going to continue. Hey, all camera abnormalities. Let's get on with the video. And as you can see, the moon comes down and lights this object up here. You can see the multicolours that it's reflecting, going through. There's the lensing system. Yeah, well, it just speaks for itself. Notice around the outside, we get the petal effect. Hey, we started getting this around the sun, or should I say our sun simulator, and then it started happening around the moon. Where are all those pictures from 5 years ago? Because this just didn't exist. I know what it is. It's ice crystals. Lensing system. There is another lensing system in front of our moon. You can see it just here and here. Yeah, it just looks like our sun. That's normal. Red flash of light. And don't forget, we get the petal effect because of the sun simulator shining on the moon. Outside doing the moon updates 6 days after I made the last video. That was on the 1st of January 2018. It was a full moon and it was meant to be a super moon, and I've got to say it was quite bright, but we were getting some outstanding results with temperatures 45 degrees and plus that. On the plus side, that is, not negative values. And that really makes no sense to me because the moon is 230,000 miles away. How is that at all possible? I would expect to see a thermal imprint on the camera, and that's exactly what we get, but we get to see that spinning. So we're looking at another form of technology in our skies to hide the red moon. I'm looking at a projection system in the sky. I'm looking at something that's very, very local. We can see this object, it spins, and yes, that does look like Pac-Man. And we're getting a thermal imprint of an object that's 240,000 miles away, and it's spinning. You can see the different colours, the different heat. We are also getting a temperature of 40 degrees. I've either got the best thermal camera in the world, or this object's very, very close and it runs extremely hot. You need this sort of technology if you want to do this sort of thing on our moon. We've just seen the technology in our sky that produces the hologram. We're going to look at the hologram being delivered. Many people have shown this, Crow777, but I would like to thank somebody very, very special for letting me use this. DiversityJ. I'll leave the links to her channel in the description box down below. Nice and simple for everybody to find. Please go over and subscribe. Highly recommended. And I'll leave the link to this video. Please go and thumbs this up. Outstanding footage. Put everything together, and guess what? We get to see the hologram being delivered. As they switch the cameras over, we get this line. You can see it there, and then we're going to get another line. Are they just switching the cameras over? What I'm looking at is how they stop the moon going red. So now we've seen the technology being delivered. Let's actually see this in action, and I would like to thank Rise Up with Risey for what we're just about to see. I'm using one of his clips. Outstanding bit of footage. I'll leave the links to his channel in the description box down below, and also this video. And don't forget, please subscribe to his channel if you like his content, and also please pop over and like this video. That would be appreciated. So now we've just watched the technology being put into action. Let's watch the technology being put into place in real time and see what it looks like. And this video goes a long way in actually doing that. I think we've already ascertained when the moon is red, and if this was an atmospheric thing, we should see something happen, and it should change colour from top to bottom very, very slowly over a number of minutes. But what we're looking at is technology that's in place. They can push a button and change the colour of the moon from red to white, right in front of your eyes. At any rate, I'd like to thank Risey for the shout out in this video, and I'd like to say thank you very much for this bit of footage. What I'm going to do is leave you to watch this footage. I think it says everything about what I'm saying and proves 100% there's technology in our skies hiding the fact that our moon is red. Don't take my word for it, watch it. Much love, much peace, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.
That is phenomenal. That full zoom again. I urge you to check Nigel's view on things. Absolutely fantastic channel. It really is. He's just proved without a doubt there is technology up in our skies, in front of our sun and moon. He keeps picking up the spin and Fresnel lens. He's got a temperature, a heat sensor thing. Fantastic little gadget he's got. Look at this, it's been obscured. He keeps picking up the lens on it, and if it was our real moon, it wouldn't be doing multiple temperatures, would it? So, as I said, fantastic guy. Please check him out if you haven't already. Look at this. It's odd shaped. Oh, look at the shape of it. How's that possible? What a fail! If you follow that circle at the bottom, it wouldn't join up to there. It doesn't add up. Here we go, changing colour as well. No! It looks like a gone off egg. Unbelievable, what a fail. That don't look normal in the slightest. That is absolutely ridiculous, it really is. Look how odd it looks. The dark side of the moon is supposed to be going straight down the middle, not on its head. That is absolutely ridiculous, it really is. Look at the strategically placed ShelfClouds. Continuous chem haze and relentless chemtrail to obscure. Poison second. God, very bitter here. Look at the state of this.